Why not? We haven't done. We haven't set our timer.
Oh, quick, get the timer.
Yeah, so you say hello, peeps, while I get the timer.
Hello, peeps, she's getting the timer.
Here I am. Here I am.
She's back.
What's that? Daddy finger, mummy finger. Here I am. Here I am. How do you do? You don't know that?
No.
It's a kiddies programme.
Right.
It's like mummy finger and daddy finger. And everybody's got little kids who know what I'm talking about.
Right.
And it's really annoying. It's one of those like songs that gets on your nerves, you know?
I see.
And Jenny's Wish Upon a Stitch, her little boy used to be addicted to it. And every time I talked to her, all I could hear in the background was, Daddy finger, where are you? Here I am, how do you do? Then it goes on to mummy finger, then it goes through all the family.
Oh, right.
And it's so annoying.
I know the tune and that sort of thing, but not mummy finger, daddy finger, no.
It's so annoying. I'm so glad he's gone past that stage. Right. And Sue has brought us some crochet today.
I've actually made something.
Wow.
The Crojo is back.
Mine is back as well a bit.
Right, so here we go.
Are these yours, or are we likely to see them on Etsy?
I don't know. It's mine.
That's
I don't know. Well, I've not got anything blue. I don't think I've made a blue one.
See what I'm up against. See what I'm up against.
But here we go.
Here we go. Will you make a different one? A different colour?
Yes.
Right, okay.
There we go.
That's very
I
pretty.
hope that you can see that.
Which pattern is that one?
I'll show you in a minute.
Oh, good. I like that.
I know, but you know, as I was like crocheting it up, and I'm thinking, it's not going to work. This. It's not going to work, but it did.
It is. It's lovely.
It should be more crescent shaped.
It's crescent shaped enough.
But I didn't have enough blocking board to do it.
Children's mats have told you.
I know I've got some.
Mine have all got bent and curly because they've been in the garage. They're all
you should see me with her, God knows what hour last night, trying to make sure it were dry for this morning.
Oh, I love that edge.
It's nice, isn't it?
That's a really nice edge.
But it was a pig to block.
Yeah.
You know, you think of pinning every one of them.
Yeah, exactly.
But
I do like it.
I was really rather chuffed with it.
I do like it. I do like that. Yes, what pattern did you use? Come on.
Right.
We're all enthralled now, aren't we?
Right, the pattern, it's a paid one actually, and it's called the Flaming Feathers Shawl. I shall show it you, but the blotches are curry spillage.
This is where we need, somebody said we need a mirror.
Yeah.
Behind there. It'd be awkward really, but
And
then we could see
where,
whether the patterns are, sometimes I tilt the patterns forward a bit, and if they're shiny patterns, people don't see them very well.
Yeah.
But as usual, you're good suggestions, people, but I've not done it.
No, it's called Flaming Feathers Shawl by Simple Knits Design, which is a Vicky Mikulak. Yeah, and I've got it from Ravelry. Like I say, it's a paid pattern. I don't think it's mega bucks.
No. I don't mind paying for a pattern if it's nice.
Yeah, but it's good because it's got the chart as well.
I don't like paying for a pattern that is like the same as everybody else's.
Yeah.
And there's many versions of a free one, and yet people want to charge you $6 for it. That's
the only thing that, and I just wish they'd say it on Ravelry, just a little bit at the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it says for personal, non-commercial use only.
They're not allowed.
You know, I'm sorry, but
they're not allowed to do that. I'm sure they're not.
You know,
maybe they
all right.
mean.
I'm not going to make 300 of them.
Maybe
and sell
they
them,
mean.
But
commercial use, maybe they mean, you know, you're going to mass produce hundreds of them.
Yeah.
But
maybe.
I mean, once you've paid for that pattern, it's your property, surely.
Yeah.
Surely.
You know, they've got the, what is it? Oh, what do they call it? Like intellectual copyright, intellectual property or something. But, like, you know,
I must
admit,
I can understand why they say don't lend it to anybody. Well, don't lend it to anybody.
Yeah,
Don't
but on the other
photocopy
hand,
it. Don't do this.
I just
understand
had
that.
this, because I got that maypole like you
Yeah.
had, and I thought, oh, I want to make a shawl. It finished up, I didn't use the bloody maypole after all. But I was looking through for several shawls, and there were a couple that I really liked by the same designer, and it was dead amusing because she put actually on a Ravelry write-up, you know, you can use this pattern for anything you want, world domination, anything, you know, and it was free. And I thought...
But then on a paid for one she says you can't use
Well,
them.
no, this were a different one, but this, you know, I paid money for this.
Yeah.
And it's just one tiny little, you know...
Is she really, or any designer who
I
says
don't know,
that,
but
is she
I
really
mean-
going to chase everybody up who puts one up for sale? One up for sale in a craft
Yeah,
shop?
but the thing is, it is a cracking pattern.
Yeah.
It's dead easy. It's charted as well.
Uh-huh.
It's so simple. Absolutely brilliant, Vicky, if you ever get round to watching this.
Yeah.
It's just...
Yeah.
That was my little beef about it.
Yeah, I'm going to look for it. I must remember its name.
It's nice. Flaming Feathers Shawl.
Flaming Feathers Shawl, because I like
Yeah.
it. I like it.
Well, gets on a roll, don't I?
Mm.
You know me.
I know you when you get on a roll.
Gets on a roll. And I had to use the...
We're twinsies.
I know. But this is coming out lovely, actually. But I thought I'll do something that doesn't have the same border, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Even though that one is really nice, I just fancied doing something.
Bit different.
Yeah, the colours on of the yarn just suggested something more sort of hippy trippy rather than.
Yeah.
So here we go.
Oh,
And if you
yeah.
hold that side, and I hold, can you see? You think it ain't gonna work.
Yeah.
But
when you block it out.
when you think of how much that's blocked out, and it looks like it's got a silly shape.
Yeah, but it doesn't when you block it.
But when you block it out,
I never really seem to block mine aggressively enough.
well, I think,
I used to do when I had the blocking boards and I went outside.
yeah.
But since I've not had anywhere to block it.
No, well, the blue one, I sort of pinned it out, and I think the only reason it got to be aggressive blocking was trying to line everything up and make sure
Yeah, it was alright.
it was right.
Yeah, I'm
Because I think with this one I shall block the body.
yeah, and then block out
And
the bits
then-
afterwards, yeah.
When that's done, I'm just going to gather all these next to one another and
Pull them all down, yeah.
sort of pull them like
Yeah.
that, if you would.
There you go.
Because then the weight of the shawl should do half the work for
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
That makes sense to you, ladies.
I think so.
So there we go. Have I just spotted a float? No.
No.
No, I thought, hey up, I've not done me. Right.
I hate it when you finish it all off and you find out you've missed some chain, so one of your little bobble things is shorter than all the others. Because
No, I decided what I was doing was I was doing like a bobble chain from alternate squares, if you would. But I did two together there. But I was about 4 down the line and they're a pain to do. So I thought, I'm not pulling it back.
No, blimey, on a galloping horse won't see that.
No, well, the heck.
No.
But I'm loving the way it's come out.
Yeah.
I really am loving the colours.
Yeah, well, I
And do you know what? It looks so sort of
It
different.
looks different than this.
Yeah.
This sweater looks a different. This is the
And
same
I'm not
colour.
I'm not even bothered about the fact that that end has pooled
Yeah.
purple and green and this one all the oranges, because by the time you get to tying it round yourself.
Yeah. Well, it's like this, isn't it? I've got one shoulder's purple and the other shoulder's like a rust
Yeah.
colour. But I'm sure it'll be fine on the night. But it
Of
looks
course it
completely
will.
different
Yeah,
to yours.
it
doesn't
does.
Even though it's the same colour.
But no, you can see I've been quite busy.
Yes, you have. And that's not all she's brought.
No,
She's
it's
brought
not.
More. Says, come here, there's more. Come here, there's more.
Come here, come here.
Come here, come here. There's more, there's more. That's a comedian.
Carson? No, who were it?
I don't know.
Oh no, it was. Oh, what was he called?
He's a comedian.
Yeah. Lovely lilting Irish voice he had.
Can't remember.
Come here, there's more.
He'd tell a story and everybody would laugh and he'd go, come here, there's more.
Right, I brought some cowls.
Woohoo!
That are going in shop.
Yay! Etsy shop, Etsy shop. Everybody look at the Etsy shop. Thank you for
We
everybody
have.
who's been looking in my Etsy shop. Much appreciated.
What about a take?
You're helping me with my craft room and I so appreciate it.
Yeah, get her a car. Crap room.
Craft room, craft room.
Right,
I'm not doing a GoFundMe, you're alright, you're safe.
A super chunky one.
Yeah. And it's got fringe. I love it.
It's got fringe. Well, you can't, you know, I love fringe.
Oh, I'm a hippie at heart. I love a bit of fringe.
I love fringe.
Yeah.
So, there's a nice,
Yeah.
sort of iron colour, isn't it? Creamy
Yeah,
white.
creamy irony. Yeah. And explain the back.
Super chunky. Yeah, but because it's super chunky, I thought, I did want to put a fringe around it. But the back of the neck doesn't have any fringe, so it doesn't get tied up in your coat or make it too chunky.
Somebody's got long hair, they could get this
Yeah, get it all
tangled up.
So that's the super chunky one. Then we've got some sort of what I'd call spring cowls. Go for that boho look, you know.
Oh, I love my bow.
You know, with the, because I love my scarves, even in summer I'll wear, you know.
Yeah.
And these are cotton,
Mm.
you know, so they're not going to make you
Yeah.
sweat or...
You love your scarves and I love my beads.
Yeah. It's a shame I've got blue on underneath it, because...
Yeah. Surprisingly enough, you know, when I take these beads off, my neck goes colder.
So there's one in navy. There's one in a sort of denim-y.
Yeah, dark denim, isn't it, really?
Sort of...
You don't like
colour.
denim before you wash it all?
Yeah.
And it's dark.
This has a bit of a sparkle to it.
Yeah. See, you shouldn't have worn navy, should you?
No, I shouldn't, but hey-ho. Again, lovely fringes. And this is in...
It's nice yarn.
Yeah, like a sort of ribbon. I don't think it's 100% cotton.
No, but
But,
it's got cotton in it.
yeah. But it's a gorgeous...
Looks very drapey.
It is, but just that bit of glitter.
Yeah.
You know, hopefully...
Oh, I do love fringe. I'm a sucker for fringe.
Well, you see, you do the boho dead floaty, I do the boho sort of... Now, this one is another cowl, but I decided to... I'd seen a few patterns on Ravelry and it sort of makes a bigger...
Oh, I like that, yeah.
You know...
Makes like a triangle
Yeah,
shape
I think
at
the
front.
neck's slightly smaller.
Yeah, the neck's smaller, isn't it? Yeah. But
And
I
it
love
goes
that,
into
yeah.
a lovely V.
Yeah, I like that.
So...
So I'm just looking what a vehicle. Whether he's going to come
Hi,
here or
Mum.
not. And send my little doggy into a... No,
So-
I think he's going further down the street.
So there we go.
Yeah, I like that.
I do too.
Is that cottony? Huh?
Yes, that's pure, organic cotton, that.
Ooh.
Yeah, because it was very fine and I had to do it double. But I think that's great.
Yeah,
I'm
I
going to
love
have to make another one, you know.
Yeah. You've got me going now,
Yeah.
I like that.
And do you know what? I think I ought to have a go at making one in that maypole.
Oh, yeah, that'd be nice.
Be different, wouldn't
Mhm.
it? I mean, I know it's like a winter thing because,
Yeah.
like I say, with these being cotton,
Mm.
it becomes an accessory even in the spring and summer.
Well, I've got inspired today because I've,
You know, because
Nicole,
it even looks good.
Nicole, addicted to yarn. That's addicted with a number 2 in the middle. She's just made a video after 12 months of an absence, and she has put so many shawls and things that she's been making. And
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, you know, you get over-inspired. It's like, oh, like that, oh, like that, oh, like that. And then you come along, and I'm going, oh, like that one, oh, like that one. Well, do you like my yarn bin?
Hey, it does the job, don't
Couldn't
knock
afford one of those posh, you know, those ceramic yarn things, whatever they're called.
Oh, they look nice, those dishy things.
Yeah, those yarn balls, but it's so
You know,
expensive.
I know, but when you look at the size of them.
Yeah. I want they hold like a 200 gram ball or something in it, yeah. Anyway, this is my yarn bucket. And I'm actually almost finished on the second sleeve.
Well, hey.
So that's not much left to do. Then you'll be seeing that finished off.
No.
And then hopefully I'm going to start that jacket, you know, done in the spares.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I was watching like Nicole pulling all these things out of these, and this is this, and this is that, and this is the other, and I thought, I'm only doing one thing. Hello, Gigi has woken up and he's going to start barking at something, but he doesn't know what he's going to bark at.
No, because we can't tell. We don't know what it is.
Notice, no smelly dogs. They're not here today. They're farting twosome.
That's it.
They're not here. This is why we're happy.
Oh, we're happy when they're here, except when they fall.
And the post came today, and I made Sue
very, very jealous.
Very, very jealous.
Because those are my colours. They're not Jan's colours, they're my colours.
Yeah, but it's too big for you.
How do you know?
Well, you're not trying it on.
She won't let me either, just in case I do a runner.
Isn't it gorgeous? Look at the back. I told you I was into this.
Absolutely beautiful.
I told you I was into this Indigo Moon, didn't I? Isn't that gorgeous?
The colours are just...
Yeah.
Well, it's not about sort of weight, is it?
No, but you know what I'm thinking? I keep thinking, could you do something like this in crochet? I mean, you'd have to do surface, like...
Yeah, that's
additional
surface stuff.
Yeah. Could you do something similar? That's what I was thinking. This one was the one that made me think that more than anything about doing something, a plain cardigan, and then trying to... I mean, you used to be able to buy all these embellishments.
Yeah.
But to be quite honest, they were very expensive.
They were.
I used to have a sweater with a parrot, all done in sequins. It was gorgeous. Look, this is it, Indigo Moon. Look at the back. Isn't it gorgeous?
Now that is just Jan all over, isn't it?
Yeah. But this is what
this one isn't. This one.
This was what made me think of, you know, doing a plain cardigan and trying to sew some flowers and beads on it.
What you need is sort of like some real sort of big chintzy fabric.
Yeah, you could cut
round it and...
Yeah. It would have to be when I get my sewing machine set up, because
you could
my
zigzag
sewing machine would do
the edge,
zigzagging
and
round.
you could zigzag sort of round some of the...
Yeah.
You know, like they've done...
Yeah.
The veins on the leaves and the stamen of the flowers, and then you could just add a couple of beads later.
Oh, it's so gorgeous. I love it, love it, love it, love it. And they both love it. Guess who likes velvet? This one isn't as much me because it's got a collar on, but Sue's waiting for me to get fed up with it. But you might have to wait a while.
Right on.
Because this isn't all velvet. This has got... It's more like brocade into like curtain fabrics or something. I mean, this is
Well, I weren't going to say that.
This is me, who's not much of a sewer, looking at things saying, oh, wouldn't that be nice? I mean, I've never made this in a million years, but, you know, I get these delusions delusions of grandeur, whatever they call it.
Yeah, full of
bright ideas, but when I come to do it, I couldn't do it. You know, you're thinking, oh, that's only squares, it's only this, it's only that. But you know full well you'd never do it. Never do it in a million years, but I do like it.
Well, I could probably get to putting all the squares together, and then when it actually came to cutting it out and doing...
But it's all embroidered on top of the squares, and got a great big, I don't know what it's supposed to be, that on the middle of the back, but something.
Yeah, the same motifs, sort of.
Yeah, I don't know what that's supposed to be in the middle, but...
It's like two paisley things together, isn't it?
Yeah. I thought you were going to say two pairs then together.
No. Not fluffy enough for two pairs, Jim.
One of my most embarrassing experiences was with a two-pair.
Oh, flipping heck.
I was going along Oldham Street on my way to Abercan when I was younger and I could walk with my big umbrella. And what did I do?
Oh God, yeah, I can see what's coming next.
Hook this gentleman's toupee on the end of my umbrella. And I just carried on up the streets and everybody's laughing. And I thought, what are they laughing at? And this little guy's running after me going, woohoo, 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 unhooking his toupee off the little prong on the umbrella. Oh, I don't know who was more embarrassed, me or him. I kept saying, I'm trying to be sorry, I'm trying to be sorry. And he's like trying to ram it on his head because he didn't have a mirror, did he? You know, it was going everywhere.
Oh dear.
Oh dear, that was very embarrassing. I stayed clear of toupees ever since then.
If it looks like he has a toupee, run a mile.
Well, you know, when I used to go on those dating sites about 10 years, 12 years ago, I mean, some of the toupees that they used to wear, some of the rugs they had on their head, oh dear Lord. And you're thinking, I'd rather have a bald man, you know, than one with a silly toupee, you know.
Mind you, after saying that, I do know somebody who does have a toupee, but I must admit it's a very expensive one.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't be able to tell if you didn't know.
Yeah, the ones that like people like, well, Tony Curtis used to wear and stuff like that, they were really good ones. You couldn't tell, could you, on them? You know, the ones that the film stars wear when they're in close-up and that, they really are good toupees, aren't they? But the average man in the street can't afford to pay that.
Yeah.
Although, I used to, when I was a kid, I used to live next door to a greengrocer's shop. And one of the lads that worked there, he was only young, Trevor he was called, and he always wore a flat cap. And then one night the doorbell rang and I went to the door and this bloke was stood there. And he said, can I use your phone? We're talking before the days of mobile phones. Can I use your phone? He says, I need to tell Doris or Arthur, whatever it was, they've left some of their stuff outside. Because it was like night time. And they'd left some of their veggies outside. Yeah. And I'm like, and I'm going, what? And then my dad come to see us at the door. He went, oh, come in, Trevor. And I was like, and he had this wonderful toupee on. Of course, I'd never seen him with any hair. I'd only ever seen him with a flat cap on. Because obviously he wouldn't wear his toupee. Because he was doing dirty jobs like lunking potatoes about and stuff. And I was just like, hey, who's that? Who is it? And he kept saying, it's Trevor. And I went, really? And my dad's going, don't be rude, don't be rude. And I was just fascinated staring at his head.
No, I must admit I generally don't notice things like that.
Oh, you notice the bad ones, don't you?
Well, yeah, you notice the bad ones, but the good ones you just don't, do you?
No.
And it's...
But I do think men these days are less bothered about being bald.
Yeah.
And I think it's nice that they're less bothered about being bald. It's not a great thing to hide. I can understand if you were in your 20s and a young lad and you wanted to get girls to date you and things like that.
Mind you, there's lads in the 20s that shave their heads.
Yeah, my son went bald when he was about 20-something.
Yeah.
They say it's sort of paternal genes, but in our case it must have been granddad genes. Because his dad still has a really good head of hair. But my dad lost his hair very young.
Yeah.
And they say it's...
No, it's some... Yeah. There's one type of baldness that comes from the female side, isn't there?
But my mum's brothers, none of them were bald. They all had good heads of hair. Right up to when they died, you know. Really good heads of hair. Yeah. So I didn't get it from that. He must have got it from... All my dad's brothers went bald. My dad's brothers, his granddads and his uncles. You know, they were all bald. But my mum had a really good head of hair, so where I got my scrappy hair from, I don't know.
All the women in my family have all had like fine flyaway hair.
No, my family have all got heads of hair. Like hedgehogs, you know, you can't do anything. One of my aunts, honestly, her hair was so thick and so wild, you know. Yeah. She couldn't style it. It was like, did its own thing. She used to look like a hedgehog at times because it was that thick. But mine's always been, as my mother used to call it, Janet's got such scrappy hair. Oh. Fine, I think the word is, mother.
Yes.
Fine. Not scrappy.
Fine flyaway hair.
Oh, it drives me nutty. It honestly does. It's so thin. You know, I have to torture it.
You're not on your own.
yeah. I'd love a nice head of hair.
Bit late now though.
Yeah, I could never wear them wigs though. They used to drive me crackers. They used to make me head itch, you know, and it was fashionable to wear them, you know.
Yeah.
And I used to suit them, you know, the really short ones.
Yeah.
And everybody used to say, oh, you look so great wearing that. Why don't you cut your hair? I can't cut my hair like that because I'd look like I had a short back and sides. I was a man, you know, because my hair used to just lie down and die, you know.
Well, I must admit having short hair isn't all it's cracked up to be unless it's really, really short.
Yeah.
Because it takes me more time to sort of like dry and style my hair when it's short like this than, you know, when I used to be able to put it up in...
Oh, I don't do my hair. The only thing I do sometimes is put curler in my fringe.
Yeah.
Because my fringe tends to have the habit of going like that way.
Right, instead of that.
You know, like hat hair.
Yeah.
It goes like that. Looks as though I've had a bead is squashed on it and the ends curl outwards. So that's why I just put curler in that. But when I was younger, I used to put rollers in it and do all this gubbage in. But I think it comes a certain time in your life where you don't really wear it long anymore. Unless you wear it long.
Yeah.
Long.
Don't you find that sort of after a certain age as well your hair changes? I suppose with, you know, but your body changes when you come to have your mental bars.
Yeah.
It's I find that my hair is, when it's going grey, it's completely and utterly different texture.
Yeah.
Than
I keep hoping that if mine's going grey at the sides, if it goes grey all over, I'll get thicker hair. But I think I'm going to be like my grandma. As her hair went white, her hair went finer.
Right.
And you could see her scalp through her hair. But she had lovely hair. It was absolutely pure white. It was beautiful hair. Of course, she never smoked or did anything, so it didn't go that funny yellowy colour.
Yeah. Mind you, there's some people sort of like go that sort of sandy grey.
Yeah.
Naturally, and it's just...
Oh, I'm just looking at Gigi.
Oh, I thought somebody would come in there.
No, I'm just looking at Gigi.
I know, bless him,
He's fast asleep on his chair. He looks so cute. He's like a little fox, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. He must be tired. It's been, I think what it is at weekends, I think they walk him more.
Yeah.
And they love hiking and things, his parents, yeah. Not hiking miles and miles and miles, but they like
a good walk.
A good walk, they like, and they take him with them.
And he's only got little legs, hasn't he?
Yeah, so I think once it comes to Monday and he comes here, and of course it's very peaceful today because there's no other dogs to tantalise him, he's just decided he wants to go to sleep. He was very sleepy when he came this morning. He was like, you know, yawning as if somebody had woken him up before it was time, yeah.
Bless him.
Well, there's not a lot I've got to say really today, I don't know, because I was on... Did I make a video Saturday? I don't know. I think I did. When I showed the crochet books that I got, yeah, I think I made one on Saturday. When I came back from the supermarket.
Oh, right, so I've got some catching up to do then.
The supermarket.
Do you know I've not turned my computer on nearly all weekend?
I am still so far behind because people keep making new videos and I'm thinking, oh God, I haven't watched the last ones. So instead of watching the new one, I keep thinking, no, I've got to go back to where I've missed to start watching them. And then it comes to the fact that I'll pick a person. And then I've got like 6 videos to catch up on. And by the time I've done the 6 videos, I'm fed up with looking at videos, you know. So I'm just so way behind. So I do apologise if you wait for comments from me. Because I haven't seen half of them.
Well, no, after sort of, it must have been Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
Thursday, Friday, when I was sort of like, right, I want a new shawl pattern and I want, you know, how you get. And I must have been on Ravelry for about 3 or 4 hours. I know, that's and I got nothing done.
Yeah.
So I think it was, you know, a harumph moment with the computer. I thought, right, that's it. I'm not turning it on because once I turn it on, you're sort of glued to it, aren't you?
I've got a bad habit of coming down, and so I've got it, she knows, and switching the computer on when I have my breakfast. And then I find that I'm still sitting there in my dressing gown with another cup of coffee, and I look up and it's like 11:30, and I'm thinking, oh, the morning's gone. And I was going to do the hoovering, I was going to do the dusting, I was going to do something. I've got to break myself out the habit of doing that. I keep saying, just have your breakfast and then stop. You see, when I was working, I had to do that because
Yeah.
I used to have so long in the morning. But then, of course, I didn't have all these videos to watch because I didn't know many people back in the day. And I used to just say hello to people, answer my emails, and go. But now, you see, I've got eBay. I'm bidding on things on eBay.
Oh.
I'm so
I was going to say,
jackets.
I know, but I was going to say to you, just, you know, make it a rule that you don't turn your computer on till dinner time.
Oh, I can't do that. I'd die.
Oh. Do you know, I knew you were going to say that.
I'd miss a bid. I'm happy now I've got my jacket, so.
I must admit, I never turn mine on in the morning.
Yeah. I can't eat my breakfast without turning it on.
No, I never turn mine on in the morning.
Well, when I was working...
Unless I'm specifically expecting an email or something, and then I will just go on the email and that's it.
Yeah, well, when I was working, it was a different pattern. It was like plug my heated rollers in, because I used to put rollers in my hair. Have my breakfast at the same time I was putting my makeup on.
Yeah.
Then get dressed, because I'm such a sloppy custard that I had to get makeup down what I was supposed to be wearing. And I used to always have the ironing board up all the time in the back utility bit.
Yeah.
Because every time I got anything out of the wardrobe, I always wanted just a bit of tickling with the iron, you know. And see, I'm looking forward to that when I get my craft room. There's going to be so much in this craft room, there won't be room for me. Putting my steamer up there.
Yeah.
That tall steamer thing I've got. And then I just don't bother about ironing anything. Just take it upstairs, and then when I want to wear it, I can just run the steamer over it.
Your steamer?
Yeah.
Have you ever blocked with your steamer?
No, I haven't. Because I've never had anywhere to put the steamer and the blocking boards in one place before.
Right, no, because I'll confess, that blue shawl I blocked out.
Yeah.
And I just dampened it a little bit.
Yeah.
But I didn't like completely wet it. But I thought, I want this dry for tomorrow morning. I'm going jams, I need it dry.
Yeah.
So I thought, what? So I got fire now. And I'm there going psh, 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 with steam all over it, hoping that the heat, and I must admit it did work.
Yeah.
The heat.
I've done that with big shawls in my past. Doesn't block them as well as blocking them with a wet block, but it does block them when there's such big things and you can't put them on, you know. But you don't put the iron on it. No, you just got to hover it.
Yeah, I just hovered it and the steam was...
Yeah, shoot steam over it, yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people use that way to block things.
Right, I just wondered if you'd done it.
Yeah, I have done it with an iron, but I've not done it with my steamer.
She'll turn around and say, oh, on no uncertain terms must you ever do that? And I'm thinking,
no, the one thing you must never do is touch acrylic with the iron.
Oh God, yeah.
It just goes, bleh, and it loses all its... You kill it, don't you?
Well, it's got drape when you've killed it.
Yeah, but it doesn't look the same.
No.
Sometimes you get this sort of horrible texture. It looks like plastic, doesn't it, when you've killed it. But
it ages it. There we are, vintage patterns in acrylic.
Yeah.
Iron them
carefully,
and they'll look like they come from 50s, 60s. It does, yeah.
Yeah. Well, this time, what time is it now? This time, no, what time is it? 2:30?
Yeah, nearly.
This time, in 1969, I was giving birth to my son.
Well, flipping heck.
He was born at 2:30 on the 30th of January. Although I was asleep at the time. No, I didn't have a cesarean section. I was just put to sleep because he was awkward. He was coming feet first. But that is another story. He's been awkward ever since. But it's his birthday today. Happy birthday, son. I don't know why I'm saying that because he doesn't watch me.
It's the thought that counts.
Yeah. Although I found out my sister-in-law sometimes watches me, so that was a shock.
Oh.
Yeah. Didn't know she did. Yeah, she told me that.
Well, say hello to her.
Hello, Anne.
So I don't like talking about her, not to her.
I don't usually talk about her. I don't like talking too much about my family, you know?
No.
Just in passing. You know, I don't like revealing anything personal about them, you know?
No.
Yeah. There's a time and a place. People want to see my crochet and they don't want to hear about my family. Yeah.
If you're anything like me, there's not many of us.
Well, there's only me and my son really, isn't there? And then his children, stepchildren, step-grandchildren, his whatever. So there's only me and him.
Yeah, but you got your nieces as well.
Oh yeah, I've got my nieces and my sister-in-law and their children. Yeah, their children. I mean, I'd love to see more of my younger niece's children, but she lives in London and they're at school now. So
yeah.
Well, the elder ones.
Long way to go.
The elder one's at school. Elder one, it sounds like he's only about 5, but he's at school now. So I mean, you have to fit everything in on your school holidays and things, and she's working. So I don't see much of her. It's nice when I do.
Yeah.
Oh, here he is. He's woken up now.
I hope.
I hope he's heard something.
I've heard a car door.
It's that way. It just pulled up next door.
Look at me being nosy.
Yeah. I know my son
Get some net curtains then we can have a twitch.
I know they were saying to me about getting blinds. I said, I don't want to get blinds. I said, I'm too nosy for blinds.
Well, I must admit, we've got those vertical blinds and I don't really like them.
I don't care for them, no. They like
my other half, he says, I'm not sitting in a fishbowl.
I love sitting in my fishbowl.
I think it's brilliant having a, good nosy out on the street.
Yeah. I had a boyfriend once who said, oh, you'd have to draw the curtains, you have to draw the curtains, everybody's looking at me. I went, who? Nobody passes by. We get about 2 people an hour passing by, don't we? And an odd van delivering things in the morning, but that's about it really. We live in a very quiet area.
Yeah.
So what on earth we're supposed to be looking at him? I really don't know.
I like the natural daylight,
I like looking out the windows going, I mean, it's like my son had said to me years back, not like now, why didn't I move and stuff like that? And I went, every house I've been looking at has got little windows. And I don't like houses with, the modern houses, they've got such little windows. Yeah. And to me it would be dark, and I suffer from SAD, as you know. I mean, look, it's going dark now. It's a good job we've got the light on. I hope you can see us all, because it's going really, really dark out there, and it's only
because it's dismal and
dismal.
I must admit, the lights are getting nighter. The nights are getting lighter.
No, the lights are getting nighter. That's better. Reminds me of my friend. She was stopped one time by this very toffee gent,
Yeah.
And he said something to her, and she goes, "Oh, the way to the park arc is over there." And then she said it again. And then when she walked away, she goes, "Oh, I can't believe I just said that. Instead of the car park, I just said the park arc." Because I was putting on my posh voice, she said.
Oh dear.
Oh dear, just shows you we shouldn't put posh voices on, should we?
No.
I couldn't keep it up.
No, I don't think I could.
Yeah. Well, somebody asked the other day where you were from. They thought you were from a different part or somewhere.
No,
and I said,
actually from Bolton.
Yeah, I said she's Lancashire, aren't you? I always say Darwin, weren't I? But
yeah, well,
that's
I
where you are
emigrated to Darwin.
Oh, what? How many miles?
Oh, yeah, but hang on a minute. Yeah, it's only about 10 miles, but there's like 10 miles of moors in between us, between Darwin and Bolton. And, it's completely different. Yeah, well, it's like Lancashire and Yorkshire. It's just completely different.
I spent the first 22 years of my life in Royton and then in Chadderton. And I only moved 7 miles, is it about? 7 miles over to Prestwich when I got married. When I came here, they didn't understand me.
Yeah.
They didn't
know
what
I must have
I
met
was
in
talking
Darwin.
about.
Like I say, it's only 10 miles from Bolton, but the accent is completely different. I mean, we have, like I say, car parks.
Yeah.
In Darwin, they have car parks. And we have water, they have water.
Yeah.
It's really, there's a massive difference.
Well, where I come from, it was water.
Yeah.
They have water. Where I come from in Oldham, and it was like a buzz. And where's that been? In other words, where have you been?
Yeah.
Where's that been? Has there been courting? That's what I used to get called when I was little. Younger. That means, have you got a boyfriend? Have you been courting? Has there been courting? Has there got a chap? Have you got a fella? Have you got a man? Has there got a chap? Well, when I came over here and I was talking like that, and Alan used to say to me, "You're not running for a buzz, you're running for a bus."
Yeah, I must admit, where I was brought up, you got the buzz.
Yeah.
And it was always BUS buzz.
Yeah.
Not B-U-Z-Z, buzz. But
Yeah, it
no,
was,
we went.
it was
got
a
the
buzz. It was a buzz. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, you have to sort of, if you get a book of like Lancashire poems, you know, you read them out. People just don't know
Well,
what you're
you've
talking
got to sort of like read them 2 or 3 times in your head.
Yeah.
Before.
Because before you get them, yeah. But
oh, there's that famous one, isn't there? Flipping heck, it's gone right out my head. Who wrote it? About Harold.
oh,
On his horse with his hawk.
on his horse with his hawk in his hand.
Yeah.
And then there was another one, weren't there, where he fell in the lion's
Yes.
pit, and all that was left
And
of him was
I'm
his,
sure they're the same.
on a stick with his horse's head handle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. They used to be like requested on the radio, didn't
Yeah.
they? And he used to put them on.
Oh, I'll have to try and find
And
that.
then when-
I'm sure I've got a copy
When
of
they used to
that.
do them at folk places, like everybody
Yeah.
used to join in, don't they? On his horse, with his hawk, in his hand.
Yeah. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
And I used to love the Bradshaws.
A Barn Oldswick.
Did you ever listen to the band?
Yeah.
And
See, that's where the mental pause comes from. Alf.
Alf.
Went on about Audrey and
Audrey.
a mental pause.
yeah, Audrey and Billy. How were
Yeah.
Billy?
I go and play with fluff under bed.
Oh, Alf, you are awful. There's no fluff under our bed.
Oh, they were brilliant. Bradshaws,
I
weren't
know,
they?
yeah. Was it Buzz Hawkins, wasn't it?
I've
That did it.
no idea.
He did all the voices, didn't he, Buzz
I have
Hawkins? Yeah.
no idea.
My dad loved them.
But it's surprising the number of people who,
I've got them
You know.
somewhere, but they're all on a tape.
yeah,
And of course I don't have a tape. You know, like a
Play it,
cassette. And I don't have a cassette player anymore, so I can't
no,
play
but
them.
they were brilliant.
Yeah, I loved them, loved them. It's like,
That was proper Lancashire comedy though, wasn't it?
yeah.
It just, oh.
And then I used to go and listen to a folk group called the Oldham Tinkers. And they used to sing
Do
all
you
these
remember,
songs.
oh, 5 penny piece?
Yeah, 5 penny piece, there was the Oldham Tinkers.
Yeah.
And then there was another group, weren't there? The Spinners.
Yes.
Yeah, they came from Yorkshire.
Do you know, my dad took me to see the Spinners
Mm,
at Octagon Theatre in Bolton
yeah,
one Saturday morning.
yeah.
It was enjoyable.
There's a couple of them still living, you know, in the Spinners.
Yeah.
Now. Yeah. My friend married one of the Oldham Tinkers. Man, he was a bit of a tinker, but that's by the by. I didn't say that, but I didn't say which one.
I knew Mike Harding, the comedian.
Mm. He was best man at my best man's wedding.
Really?
Yeah, I knew him very well, yeah.
Blooming heck.
I knew
Talk
Mark
about
Harding.
6 degrees of separation.
Mark Harding used to come to all of our parties when we were young, house
Yeah.
parties. And he
I
used
used
to
to-
sing for us.
He used to have
Yeah,
LPs with
yeah,
of Mike Harding.
yeah. Rochdale Cowboy.
Yeah. And oh.
Yeah, well, I've known Mike when he was married to his first wife. I think he's divorced
Oh,
from his
I'll
second wife.
laugh my bloody head off to Mike Harding on many
Oh,
occasions.
he was just as funny in real life. He used to
Yeah, but
sing.
he had a good voice too, didn't
Yeah.
he? He does a lot about folk music
Yeah.
these days.
Well, when we used to go to these house parties when we were all young, he never brought his wife. I don't know where his wife ever was, but that's by the by. Anyway, if he had a few to drink and he could pack a few in, he'd start singing and we'd all sit in the front room singing with him, yeah. He was a great laugh, yeah. But when my cousin George got married, he was his best man. Because my cousin George was also in the folk scene.
Right.
Yeah, he was his best man. So, this goes round and round, doesn't it?
Yeah. No, so like late 70s, early 80s.
It would be before that I knew
Absolutely
him.
brilliant.
I knew him before he was famous. I knew him in the 60s. Because I was
Yeah.
married in 68 and it was before I was married I knew Mike. And, yeah, he was a friend of my ex-husband's.
Right, so well,
They used,
there
to
you
go
go.
they used to go to a place called Noel Timpson's, which is no longer there now. And they used to sing folk songs.
Yeah. No, because there was Mike Harding and Jasper Carrot at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the Welshman.
Don't know.
Mr. Welsh comedian, I'm ever so sorry. Your name's just
Oh, I know what you mean now. Yeah, but I can't think of his name.
Lovely curly hair, black curly
Yeah,
hair.
black curly hair. Yeah, he's into rugby, wasn't he?
Oh, it nearly came to me then. Max Boyce.
Max Boyce, yeah.
He were good.
Yeah. But
I always remember the track that they were doing. It was on going to a rugby match.
Yeah.
And it was Wales, France. And they were going to France. And they had escargot and chips.
Oggy.
Yeah.
Oi. Oh, we're going down memory lane here.
Oh,
Yeah, we really are. But
I was remembering, not so much for the oggy, although that is, but it was the escargot and chips.
Yeah. We used to go and see Alex Jones, not Alex Jones. Alex, he was the father of the ones that have got in UB40 now.
Oh, right.
Yeah. He was the two brothers that started
Yeah.
UB40. Him and his wife, the mum and dad obviously, were in a folk group. What were they called? Alex?
No. Can't help you.
Campbell.
Yes.
Alex Campbell. We used to go and see those at the, oh, here's me son, the birthday boy.
Oh, and it just about...
This is time for us to say goodbye.
Bye.
So we're saying goodbye before my son comes
Buzz
in.
has gone.
Buzz has gone anyway.